So let's talk about 5 mistakes that kill wow factor. If wow factor truly is the gateway to more referrals, more business, more repeat business, more endorsement, more client testimonials, etc., etc., then we need to be cognizant of and vigilant to avoid the pitfalls, the mistakes that kill wow factor. So here are the big 5 that I want to make sure you're aware of. The first one, just delivering what was expected and nothing more. So if they expect to have a certain type of service, if they expect to have a certain speed of service, if they expect to have a certain level of service, you need to inspect what they expect and then deliver more, deliver better, deliver higher than that level. So inspect what they expect and then deliver beyond that consistently. That's how you wow people. Just meeting their expectations is not going to cut it. The second mistake is overpromising and underdelivering. Now, most people make the mistake of thinking that it's the overpromising that's the problem. They think that, oh, you shouldn't promise too much, because if you promise too much, you won't be able to fulfill on that. It's going to make you look bad, and you're not going to have the referrals and the goodwill that you would have had if you had just simply lowered the expectations. So the goal is to lower expectations. Well, certainly there is some truth in some cases to that principle of not having expectations too high that you cannot fulfill on them. I agree. You have to be able to deliver on the expectations that you create for your clients and your referral partners. However, if what you are setting in their mind as an expectation is boring, dry, and dull and ordinary, then that sets you up as being ordinary from the get-go. So if you are under-promising and you are just meeting the expectation that was an under-promise, that was ordinary and plain Jane vanilla, that's not extraordinary. That's certainly not remarkable. There's no wow in that. So the mistake is not just in under-delivering, it's in under-promising. So what we're going to talk about today is not only just to over-deliver and how to over-deliver, but how to over-promise and over-deliver. Do both. Over-promise, promise more than your competitors, promise more than anyone else in your marketplace, and exceed even that higher expectation. So not only is your promise bigger, bolder, and badder, but your delivery even exceeds your promise. Now, if you can engineer your business to consistently deliver on that, on a bigger, bolder promise, and be able to exceed that, now you are in the realm called extraordinary. Now you have serious wow factor. Third, lack of passion for what you do. If you don't truly love what you do, why are you doing it? To be successful in anything, I don't care if it's the mortgage business, I don't care if it's real estate, I don't care if it's knitting, I don't care if it's curling, I don't care what it is. If you're not passionate about it, if you don't love it, why are you doing it? You will never have a high level of success. You will never be extraordinarily successful in anything if you're just lukewarm about it. You got to love what you do and do what you love. You got to be connected in a heart level of the contribution you're making in people's lives. And when you have that heart level contribution, where you know when you're making a difference in people's lives and it's meaningful and it's worthwhile and it's purpose-filled and purpose-driven, people sense that. People pick up on that vibe. They pick up on that energy. They can sense that you're passionate about it, that you really care about them as a person. They're not just a paycheck. They're not just a commission. And when you have that passion, it makes you stand out. It makes you worthy of a remark. It makes you worthy of a referral. But if you're just humdrum dry and you're just going through the motions, you could have all the best systems in the world. You can have the best marketing campaigns. You could have the best suit or shirt that you wear, looking really good. But if you're not lit up like a light bulb with energy, with vibrancy, with vitality, with passion, if you don't have a sparkle in your eye, if you don't have pep in your step, all of that is lackluster without that sparkle in your eye. So remember that. You got to have passion for what you do on a day-to-day basis, and let that passion come out when you're talking with people on the phone, when you're meeting with your clients, when you're meeting with your referral partners. Don't hold back. Share your passion. Exude it. Let it be real and authentic. Don't try too hard with it. Don't force it. Let it just come out. Let it bubble out of you, because if it's true passion, it will naturally bubble out of you. And that's true, authentic, real passion, not forced, fake, plastic passion. I trust that you get the difference there. The fourth mistake is slow, inconsistent follow-up. So if you promise a realtor you're going to follow up on Friday and you follow up the following Monday, that's going to kill your wow factor. If you promise to a client that you're going to follow up today and you follow up tomorrow, that's going to kill your wow factor. If you promise a client that you're going to be staying in touch and following up and educating them on various different dimensions of their mortgage and making sure they're constantly maximizing their financial situation, and you only touch them once every 3 or 4 or 5 months rather than once a month, and they're expecting monthly, or if you don't even set an expectation, you don't even talk to them about any follow-up, and you just drop them like a hot potato as soon as you get your commission, that kills your wow factor because it's inconsistent follow-up. So it's not just slow follow-up, it could be inconsistent follow-up. If you follow up 1 week during the loan process and then you don't follow up the next week to keep them informed, to keep them involved, that kills your wow factor. You need to be consistent, not just in terms of speed, but frequency and consistency. That's the single biggest complaint through survey after survey after survey of mortgage borrowers, of their mortgage professional, is lack of or poor communication throughout the loan process. That's the single number one biggest complaint. So if all you did is do that, speedy and consistent and frequent follow-up throughout the loan process and beyond, that will give you noteworthy, remarkable wow factor. The fifth mistake is incongruent branding / image. So for example, your website might look really slick and nice. Your business cards might look really slick and nice and they all look congruent, but then they meet you in person. You're all disheveled and your hair's out of place and you're all scruffy if you're a dude, or if you're a gal, you don't have any makeup on. You're looking kind of a little dry and burnt out and haggard, and your clothes are all kind of disheveled, and you're not really looking sharp and fresh and vibrant like your website did or like your business card did. Or maybe you're looking good, but your office is a mess. It's cluttered. There's papers all over the place. Everything else that's sent to them, the emails, the postcards, the letters, the website, the business card, they all look nice and clean and fresh and everything's put together. And then they come to your office and there's piles of paper all over the place and it's disorderly, or maybe it's really colorful in your website and really colorful on your business card, but they come to your office and it's just plain Jane vanilla white, stark white. It looks like and feels like a hospital. There's no zest or energy or color there. There's incongruency in the branding. You want to create congruency the whole way through their experience. From every touch, the feeling they have when they hear your voice. If you're upbeat over the phone, but you're not upbeat in person, that's incongruency. So you want to look at the customer or client experience and look at how congruent it is. What different touches do they have with you in person, in the virtual realm, both online and offline, face-to-face as well as over the phone? And are those touches congruent? If they're not congruent, that's going to kill your wow factor. You want to have it a seamless, congruent experience.